Great.
Excellent. Do you know what? I'm really pleased that you've joined me from your gym, because that wall feature behind, I wanted to talk about that.
Okay.
I absolutely love that wall, and I've got a couple of posts that I wanted to talk about that and bring up. Can you hear me? Okay.
What are you? Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. The picture isn't too great at the moment, so it might be the Wi-Fi, but we'll get through. So we've got
Sure.
Vasili.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jake. There's a delay in the connection, maybe.
Yes. Are you on Wi-Fi at the moment? I think we may have our first problem on the show. Hang on.
Okay, we go in 4.
We changed our internet connection.
Oh, right, lovely. Thank you. That's much better. Yeah. Let's say hello again.
Okay.
Vasili and Andreas, how are you?
Fine. You.
Good. So you're in your gym at the moment, and for everyone at home, I'm just going to bring up a screen to show everyone where you are. Now, you've joined us today on your National Independence Day, haven't you?
It's in reality it's tomorrow. This is the day before, which is quite celebration day too for Greeks.
Okay. So a lot of our viewers are from America at the moment. We're hoping to change that, or add some European viewers. But so we've got the picture of Europe here. We're going to zoom in, going into Greece, the homeland for many people. Going to zoom in. We're going into Athens, which is, of course, the capital city. And you guys are in Kallithea over here,
yes,
at the bottom.
Right.
Which literally means, in English, nice view.
Nice view.
Yes.
Well, it certainly is. I've got a couple of pictures and bits to pull up with some of that, actually. I'm just going to say hello to a couple of people. So we've got Pat in the house, got Brianna, got Kenneth,
Hello, everyone.
Augustus, got Heidi. So we've got another visitor. Here we go.
Yeah, it's the third partner, Nicholas.
Hello, Nicholas. How are you?
Hello, everybody.
Good to meet you, Nicholas. So we were just showing the audience whereabouts on the map you guys are in Greece, and then in Athens, and then in Kallithea, and it's a nice view. That's good to know. So many of our viewers are from the US, so they've just woken up, they just sat down having their coffee, or they're on their way to the gym in the car. So we'll give them something to think about and talk about when we go through this, which is nice. So what I want to do with you guys is I've got so much that I want to talk to you about the gym itself, about you as people, your community, Greece, the culture, and then CrossFit, what you've built, and Greek CrossFit culture, competition, community, your gym. There's loads to go through. So I'll try and be, efficient or quick with my questions. But first of all, I want to get a bit about each of you, if that's okay. So Vasili, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I teach mathematics. This is my main job in high school. So I found CrossFit before 12 years, I think.
No, maybe more.
Maybe
13,
more.
13
years.
Wow.
And then told to Nicholas and Andreas, and I had something new in Greece back then. And it was too addictive for all of us. And 2 years later, we started CrossFit Kallithea. That's the story about me and CrossFit. For me, it was a life-changing moment, if you talk about me. I started as a hobby and evolved as a job, and put it all the time on more and more value in my life.
Okay. And that's more. Yeah, that's very common, isn't it, with CrossFit? You know, and you must see that with a lot of your members and within your community. They must probably say the same thing.
The long-term members, yes, okay, but at the time that we are now, after 10 years, I think CrossFit's more mainstream, and there are just members that will join for 6 months, leave, go yoga or something else, and then join again. But it's not so important for them. But I think at the years, the people who created, I don't know, the community in Greece or even earlier in the US and other countries, are more connected to the CrossFit than the newer people. This is my view. I don't know how right it is.
Yeah. And Andreas, thanks, Vasili. Andreas, tell us a bit about yourself. So we can't see you at the moment. You're
okay. Can you see me now?
There we go.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry,
we want to see that face of yours. So tell us about yourself.
Sure, of course. Well, I will agree with Vasilis. For all the three of us, it was a life-changing moment founding CrossFit, and not only in terms of what do you do for your hobby. It was a life-changing moment even for our work. So I was also my job. I'm a journalist. I studied communication and media, and when Nicholas and Vasilis proposed me to join them in the gym, I decided to quit the journalism part and do what we today love. So yes, I totally agree with Vasili on this. And also Nicholas has, I believe, the same story, so he can speak on his own for himself.
Yeah, please do, Nicholas. So tell us about your sort of journey and into CrossFit.
Yeah, for me also, my life is when I was young. It's in the athleticism. I love to do sports. I remember myself when I was young, from 3, 4, 5 o'clock. I was always in the sport and I was trying to whatever I was doing. I was trying to. I love, let's say, the professional sport. So I have studied civil engineering in Polytechnical School here in Greece, but I love now that my hobby and my love in the sports is also my job. So it's a hobby. It's our hobby that we made it a job life, our life job. So it's really important for us. I have not quitted my other, of course, job. I still I am still also a civil engineer, but my love as a job and as a hobby is to be in the sports. So when I found out CrossFit, it was Vasilis' ideas. He told me, "Hey, let's go. There's a friend of us that have opened a CrossFit box here in Athens. Do you want to go and see? I know that you love sports. Do you want to go and see what is CrossFit?" I told him, "Yes, of course. New sport. Let's go to see this new kind of sport." And we went there with Vasilis, and I was, let's say, it was crazy for me. Oh my God, what the fuck is this new sport? I love it. And
how old were you when that happened, Nicholas? How old were you when you first saw CrossFit?
I think I was 28, 27.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
I think 27 or 28.
It was
Before
back in
12 or 13 years, yes.
And what year was that?
Now we are old mans, masters man, 40 plus.
Me too. Yeah. So what year?
Andreas has birthday today.
Ah.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Andreas. How old are you?
I'm turning 40.
Are you?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You've kept your dark hair.
If you see my beard, it's grey.
Yeah. Oh, happy birthday to you then.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, I actually turned 40 2 weeks ago. So really? I'm 2 weeks older than you. Yeah.
Okay.
So
and also Nicholas has his birthday in 5 days from now.
And Nicholas, how old will you be then?
40.
Also right.
40. As you can imagine, me and Andreas, we were classmates from school and really best friends from, let's say, at the age of 6. And Vasilis is my sister's husband.
Okay.
It's a family issue. CrossFit Kallithea, it's a family issue.
Yeah, quite literally. So Vasili, how old are you? Sorry.
44.
44. So 44. you're the senior man, yeah.
The grandpa.
Yeah, I didn't want to say old because everyone's over 40.
You can say the most wise.
Yeah, let's go with that. The most experienced. Yeah, let's go with that. So actually, I'll tell you what I will pull up here is I've got a video that I absolutely love and I want to show everyone. Putting to shame us young 40-year-olds. Look at this. So Vasili, you're a windsurfer, is that right?
Yeah. I am addicted, not just windsurfer. I think it's my. I don't know. It's my relief from daily stress.
Yep.
I do windsurf all around the year, even the coldest days, and I can talk for this more than CrossFit. I do not windsurf many years, less than CrossFit. I started because my oldest daughter was doing sailing, at the sailing, and I wanted to understand what she was doing, and I just started windsurfing just to communicate with my daughter. And then I understood that windsurfing it's something I should have tried 30 years before. But now it's my relief, my relief button. If I am too stressed, just push it and go to the sea and just wind and salt water. That's it.
That's lovely. And is that in Kallithea? Is that just off the coast where you are?
We are near to the coast, so my home spot it's about 1 hour drive from our box. Not too far, not too close. But Kallithea has a coast, Kallithea, but it is city, so it's not the best thing to swim there. Okay, just below the city.
And you do that all year round, is that correct? Even in winter?
Yeah. Okay. Even in the winter, yeah.
But winter for the Greek standards, Jake. It's not the winter in Greece. It's not that cold.
Yeah.
No. Do you know, I've got since my first holiday away from Britain, so I used to live in London. My first holiday away abroad was when I was 14, and it was to Greece, and we went to Skiathos, and then and every year after that, until I was 20, I went to a different island with my parents. So we went to Samos, Thasos, Kefalonia, Skiathos, like I said, Kos, Corfu. So we've done a lot of that. And there was a gap of a little while. And then my wife, who I'm obviously married to now, who I met a long time ago, she's got some Greek heritage as well.
Oh, really?
So and last year I went to Kos with my kids. And my daughter's called Athena and my son's called Adonis. So we've kind of got like a real passion and love for Greece. So when I got in contact with you, I was really hoping to express my love for Greece.
That's nice.
Even so that I've got some anemones and olive branches and all sorts of stuff on me. But yeah, so it's really nice to have you guys on. So what year did you open Kallithea CrossFit?
Before 11 years, 2014.
Wow. Okay.
Last year it was a benchmark year for us, 10 years. We started slow as every business, I think. But we work.
Hello, Heidi.
Okay. And we worked our box day by day. We started from ground floor and then expanded to first floor, and now we have the terrace.
We also have a rooftop.
Oh,
rooftop club.
wow. It's sorry, you go.
This was a work of 10 years. And
it's funny, we talked about this week on a couple of the shows, and we talked about the gyms, the CrossFit affiliates that have survived and that have grown and expanded and have done really well. I've got an amazing community, amazing coaches, but they're also working hard to think differently about what they can do, what they can change, how they can evolve, rather than just stick to what they did at the start. They're constantly thinking about how they can change and how they can get better. And it's kind of like the life cycle of a CrossFit member. You know, when they first start, it'll be great for the first couple of years. Things will start to slow down. They have to think differently, to set new goals. What can I work on? What can I achieve? How can I grow? Which is important. So it's good. It's lovely to hear that you guys have done that. And again, the thing is, when you see a CrossFitter that's been going for 10 years, it's easy to say, well, they can already do that. They can do those heavy lifts. They can do pull-ups and muscle-ups. But you haven't seen all the hard work that's gone in over the 10 years. You know, you don't see that. So, which is why it's important to have a record of that. And I think a social media account like you guys have got is really important. It shows the change and the evolution and the fun and the community as it changes, which is always a really good thing.
Well, to be honest, it was I think like every business, it was a trial and error, and try again and again and find what works best for you. So yes, when we first started, like Vasili said, there was just a few members, only ground level. Then a few years later, we added the first floor. By saying first floor, I mean one more room for classes. And then the big change for us, at least, came with the end of the COVID. It was when most people wanted to go outside and they didn't want to stay home anymore, and they decided to start training. They were, let's say, I don't know, fed up with the running, because they were allowed only to run during the COVID. Of course, and it was when we saw a big increase in our members in the gym, and we also decided to open the rooftop that Vasilis described before, and it was, like you said, a step-by-step procedure.
And you're physically growing as well. So you're actually adding in layers to your gym physically as you grow as a group of owners and everything as well, which is lovely. So Andreas, Heidi said, "I'll take that as a yes." So she's currently packing her suitcases, and she'll be with you.
Once you arrive, please send us a message.
And PK's there. Hello, PK. Okay, so there is a post here that I was going to say about you. Interesting that you said about not wanting to go running. There's a little route that I want to take here. So this video that you've got, this second or third post, it demonstrates the kind of the gym, the facilities, your movements, a bit of the coaching. Mm-hmm. It's lovely to see sandbags in the CrossFit gyms and the kettlebells, because we don't often see that on the advert. But the running here, so I love the positioning of your gym, the feel of it, the appearance of it. It's really lovely. It's really Greek, and it's yeah. You know, it's one of those where I really kind of just want to come and visit you guys, and we're thinking about in the next couple of years coming to Athens, because, well, Athena, my daughter, she wants to come along and wants to see statues and her name written everywhere. But yeah, no, the actual gym itself. So the running side of it, and I'll come on to that. High Rocks. Are you a High Rocks affiliate? Are you signed up to be a High Rocks affiliate? Do you run High Rocks classes at the gym?
Nick, your turn.
Now I can hear you guys because I couldn't. There was something a mess with my connection. Now I can hear you. The only I heard is that if we have Hyrox classes.
Yes.
The other thing I didn't hear anything.
Oh, that's all right. I was just asking if you're affiliated with Hyrox, and if you do Hyrox classes.
Yes, we were affiliated with Hyrox. Now we have, of course, Hyrox classes in our box. We try every year to put in something new in our in CrossFit Kallithea. Because as you can understand, the people every day, or not every day, every year come and asks for us for more things that they want to, let's say, specialize and to improve them. So that's why we have a lot of classes. It's not only Hyrox that we have. We have gymnastics, we have weightliftings, we have and two other. We have ergathlon. We have a lot of classes. So of course, and Hyrox is something that we really love. The people that when we put it in our box, I think before 2-3 years, I don't remember when we put it. They loved it. So we still have Hyrox classes, and we go also into some event as let's say as excursion, a friendly excursions with our members.
We've been talking about this week, and Hyrox has all of a sudden become a thing in the CrossFit space because a lot of the athletes, the elite athletes, have been doing it. So I think it's got a lot more talked about in the last sort of probably a couple of months. But we've been aware of it for a little while. The gym that I coach at is on a small island in the British Isles. We've been a Hyrox affiliate for a couple of years now. I coach a couple of sessions a week of it. I know the value of it. I can see the value. I know how many new members it's pulled into the gym, into our community, some of which have now joined the CrossFit classes. So it's brought people in that wouldn't have come in for CrossFit. Oh, sorry about that. They wouldn't have come into the gym. We've now got them in the gym, and they can now, train with us in the classes. There's a bit of feedback that we're getting about that, and about the fact that you should only do CrossFit. I want to hear your take on that, because it's something that we've been talking about for a little while.
I will say my opinion. My opinion is the only thing I don't want someone to do is to sitting on a couch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if he choose to do a regular gym, tennis, paddle, I don't know, football, CrossFit, Hyrox, for me it's okay. Do not every people like CrossFit, okay? And if I can add something in my space, because as I see our box, it's a space of fitness and health. If I can add something that will bring more people from the couch to the gym, I am okay. I know after 10 years, maybe have passed the retention. The retention is almost 10%. From the 10 people that they try CrossFit, only one stays. So for me, the bigger picture is to make fitter and healthier the most people you can do. So if it is Hyrox, it's okay. I don't see Hyrox as something competitive to CrossFit, and I really mean that. It's every fitness, let's say, every fitness kind, even I don't know, something that I don't like, but like bodybuilding, it's complementary to another, and so the most will be fitter and healthier.
Yes,
this is
absolutely.
I don't feel competitive, really. Maybe when it comes to money, I don't know, in the big companies, and I mean the headquarters of Hyrox and CrossFit, it's competitive. Okay, I can understand that, but me as a first grade health provider, as I believe that we are as an affiliate and a CrossFit affiliate, I think it's not competitive. This is my opinion. Maybe guys have another. We always disagree. but this is the secret.
Yes, I think that we totally agree with Vasili. When it comes to fitness, is there a reason to have differences? You want someone to enjoy fitness. So whether it's CrossFit or high rocks or gymnastics or whatever, that's totally fine. And to be honest, as a box owner, you want something that attracts members. If it's high rocks, that's fine. If it's CrossFit, it's also fine. The important thing to do is to have something, to offer something that people want to attend.
Exactly. Yeah.
For me, guys, it's also an evolution. CrossFit is our love, is where we started. This is what we love and we like to do. But then, as gym owners, we have to find more things that upgrade our box. And these things like gymnastics, weightlifting, high rocks, even running, because we train athletes to run a marathon. We train athletes to not only to run a marathon, just to go for a walk with their families, of course. So it's the evolution of our box. We put new things. We started from something that we love, and now we try to become bigger, wiser, because there are more things, more interesting that are coming. It's functional fitness for me, all of these things. So we like to add new things, to test them, and if there is something that don't, let's say, belong to us, and it's not our style, we're gonna leave it. But these things that we have already put in our box, I think it's our members and of course us like them, and that's why we want to have them.
I couldn't agree more. You've basically nailed it, and you've hit the nail on the head, as we say. The evolution of the CrossFit affiliate is that we have to be able to embrace other titles, other names. We know what CrossFit is. It's constantly very functional fitness at high intensity. We know that. The more people can get under our roof, because there will be competitors down the road. You know, a mile down the road, half a mile down the road, you will get a high rocks gym setting up eventually. We are, without a shadow of a doubt, the best place, the best facility for people to come to do high rocks training. Fact. We have the best coaches in the field. Fact. We're the best places for these people to go. It's all under one roof. Why wouldn't you, as a gym owner, offer that at least for some time? Get the people in the gym, educate them, talk to them about the base of the pyramid, the nutrition, the metabolic conditioning, the gymnastics, the strength elements, and then competition of high rocks. We know what can work for them. And if we're claiming to be the fittest on earth, if we're claiming to be the best coaches for functional fitness and all-round fitness, why wouldn't you? And the thing is, the difference is you three as gym owners, you guys have to look at your books at the end of each month, and you have to decide if it's still worth running the gym, if it's costing you money, or if you're making a profit and you're going to survive as a business. You have to do what you can to thrive and to survive as a business. And if that means expanding your portfolio and your repertoire of what you offer, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do it? You're going to capture more people, you know?
Yeah.
Correct.
Couldn't describe it better. At the end of the day, you have to run a business. You know, it's not only what you like, and of course you have to believe in what you are doing. But at the end of the day, Kalimera Lito.
Good morning.
Good morning. Kalimera is good morning in Greek. Well, I forgot what I was saying, but at the end of the day, you want something that
Me and you, Nicholas.
Sorry, guys, there are some connections problems. I don't know. Did you say anything for me?
No, Vasili and Andreas, your signal went a little bit funny then, but it's okay. We're back.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to ask you about the design, because it's something I keep looking at behind you and I'm obsessed with it. So the wall feature I'm going to bring up a bit of a closer picture for the audience to see.
We can move aside if you want.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'm going to bring up a picture. Whose idea was that? Who's the brainchild behind that? Because I absolutely love that.
The civil engineer of the three of us.
Okay. That is
it's
so
not
lovely.
only. I don't want to. I want to be fair. It's not only my idea. We want to put there to make some changes. So we were discussing these things, and then with Vasilis and Andreas, and then came up the idea to do this rig in our box, and it was the best solution for us, and it worked, and it was really great when we did that.
Well, the building itself, it's like this. It's a, I think it's
60-year-old building. It's a 60-year-old building with stone around the walls are from stone. So we tried there to, let's say, to put a rig to let's say to fix the stone, the wood and the metal, and to try to show the people, let's say, the history of our building. And having our CrossFit box, all this history of our building, and of course the history of CrossFit. Our box is like, let's say, an old garage and something old. So it was really nice to put all these things inside.
That's the building here, isn't it? The front of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Beautiful. It's so lovely. And you got the other
imagine that we have two main floors, two indoor main floors, and we have a really great rooftop, outdoor, totally outdoor, and one small, not rooftop, in the main entrance. We have also there a rig where we can train. Of course, it's outdoor training there also.
Wow. And how many people? So if I was to say to you, you've got no limit on booking on system, how many people could be training at your gym at any given time? So outdoors, first floor, ground floor, and terrace. So how many people could you have training?
At the same time, right?
Yeah.
I think that our record is about 60.
Wow.
But specific days and specific hours, of course.
Yeah. And Greek culture. So I've just got a question in here from Augustus. So Augustus is usually a really switched on guy. He's a very, very good athlete. And do you know Colton Mertens? He's a CrossFit athlete. Where are we? Just pull up your screen again. One sec. Just for people that are tuning in now. So Athens is here in Greece. Kallithea is here, which means a lovely view. And you can see out here. Oh, it's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah. So
you're from UK, Jake, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I was gonna.
You have a saying, I think, in the UK. Grass is always greener on the other side, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those where wherever you live, you get used to, and you
Exactly.
Although you understand and you feel fortunate to live where you are, you always see everything. You know, you see all the good things and the not so good things, and it's easy to see the glamorous shots and the pictures and the lovely and holidays. You know, I come to Greece for holiday for a week every year. I get the pleasure of coming to Greece to experience it, to experience the culture and the art and the people and the joy that everyone seems to have over there. And then I get to come home. Whereas you guys are Greek, you live there, you experience it every day. So it's nice to be reminded, though, of where you live and the uniqueness of it and what you do have. It's nice to do that. Vasili, I think, did you go to Liverpool University? Did I read that?
No, I studied from distance, but I have visited many times. My favorite city to go for 3-4 days is London. I don't know why. But every time I say to Andreas and Nicholas, let's go see Arsenal, or let's go see, I don't know, just drink a beer. I have many friends who left Greece during the crisis and they are still living in London. So I don't know, I feel a little bit connected with London. I've been there too many times. Even deciding between Barcelona and London. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
But no, from Liverpool, it was long distance learning.
Okay.
It was a master during work.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Lito is writing something interesting. Lito, 35 degrees is okay. Imagine training in 40 and 42 and 44 sometimes.
Lito's seen in Newcastle. Do you know where Newcastle is? I know you know the team probably.
I've been to Iceland. I've been.
Oh, really?
I've also been in Newcastle. It's beautiful. I liked it.
It and the night times are different. The nightlife is very different.
I know.
Yeah, the Geordies have got a very particular way of partying, which is unique to them. And it's very hard to understand how they talk late at night as well. It's hard in the daytime, but let alone in the evening. But they're a brilliant they're a brilliant people, and they've got a lot to give the world. But no, you say about the heat and the temperature and training. Next week, Thursday this week, I've got a guy called Magnus on, and he's from Tromsø in Norway. And they are the most northerly CrossFit affiliate on earth. So they're right up in the Arctic Circle. So talking to them about training and applicating CrossFit and using it outside of the gym is going to be a very different conversation. They don't go windsurfing, put it that way, all year round.
That makes sense.
There's no liquid water, I suppose.
No, definitely not. Yeah, no, precisely. So we've talked about High Rocks in terms of your community as a whole. I know it's tough to talk about the whole community that you have. If you've got how many members do you have? Do you know off the top of your head?
About 400.
Wow, that's a lot. So well done there. That's great.
Thank you.
Of that community, how many of them are interested in competition for CrossFit?
Okay, now you open a big discussion, but a few years ago, we had a big discussion, and although we organize a CrossFit licensed event here in Greece, the Athens Throwdown, if you maybe know it. In the gym, let's say that we decided that having competitive athletes is very, very difficult. I will try to put it this way. Okay. So, of course, we love competitive fitness, but it's very hard to manage competitive athletes. And by saying manage, I don't mean only as characters, but also what they need. They need more space, they need more things, they need more attention, they need special programming, etc., etc., etc. I think the box owners will totally understand what we are talking about. So yes, let's say that we don't have any more competitive classes. Only some extra programming for those who are interested in taking part in competitions.
Yeah.
We had it last year. We had it competitive classes before 2, 3, 4 years. But they always ask for something. They always ask, give me this, give me this, give me this. I don't know how to call them in English.
Demanding.
Always. Yeah, they're demanding of something new. For me, I will take it a little bit different than Andreas. I love competitions. I love. It's my life. I love. As I told you, I was a professional athlete when I was younger. So I love competitions. But as a box owner, again, I love competitions, but I don't want to have a competition team to train them just like we trained them before 4 or 5 years, because they were demanding all the time new things and new things. We have a competition team right now. We just send them programs and they can train by themselves as an open gym. They are going to do the program of the box because we are a community and we want them to have them training with all of our members, even if they are let's say beginners, if they are intermediate, if they are scaled, we don't care, and we want them to have a good community. But we send them also in some other programs that they can do them. They can do them on their own. The difference for me is that we like to go to competitions. That's why we organize our own competitions. Our own competition, Athens Throwdown, is one of the biggest competitions in the world, 1,400 athletes. We send them there.
Did you guys organize the Athens Throwdown?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's amazing. Okay.
So, as Andreas said, we don't like to have, let's say, a competition team in our box. But of course, we send athletes to competitions. We like it more to be more for fun. But as you already know, most of our members are staff in our competition. So I don't know if I can say that we love or hate the competition things.
Yeah.
We love to hate it, or we hate to love it. I don't know how how to say it. It's the balance. You must find the balance. So the demanding competition guys don't cause problems to the main functional of our CrossFit box. We try to offer them more competition programs, so they are going to be ready. But the 99% of our box is non-competition athletes. They go to competition because they like to go there as a community, as a box, as a family, and that's why the 85% of our staff members in our Athens Throwdown is from our box.
Aside, Athens Throwdown aside, that's a very common story and theme that I've heard and experienced. I organized. Yeah, sorry.
And a common thing, and for a reason. There's a
reason
behind
it. For sure. Lito's asked a good question, but again, it's tough when you're managing a gym and your timetable's solid anyway, and space is limited, open gym times. And it's not just the times that they're training, it's the demands. They want the programming, they want the kit that's downstairs, and you need the class downstairs, and then they want the GHDs and they want the rowers, and then it's the how do you accommodate that even when it's in open gym time. It's really, really difficult to balance. And after having been open like you have for 10 years, I think you come to realize that the sport itself, it isn't CrossFit. It's not what we do as an affiliate. It's not what we the needs of the masses aren't competition. The 1%ers do. If you proportionalize that, your gym should be about 1% of the time, 1% of the consideration should be towards the athletes, the elite. If you're going to proportionalize it time wise and effort. But like you've said, Nicholas, I love the circus when it comes to town. I just don't want to be in the circus. I don't want to be part of the circus or train like they do. I'm different. But if the circus didn't come to town, I'd sort of miss it. But I wouldn't be too bothered. I'd carry on with my everyday life. And the games was initially just a showcase to the world of what you can do if you carry on doing what we do to great extent, and to the lengths that we do it. But somewhere along the line, I think what you've just said is perfect. The demands and the needs of the elite athletes now have changed completely. They've evolved completely. They need bigger space. They need more time. It used to be they needed an hour a day. They trained 5 days a week, and you could qualify for the games that way into that early days, 7, 8, 9. As the time went on, they got fitter and fitter and fitter and needed more space, more time, more training. We've seen it now. They've become professional athletes almost. They're going to need a very different environment to what we offer at the affiliates. So it's had to change. So I think, and the more affiliate owners I speak to, the more I'm convinced this is true, that the games isn't offering, we're not the same thing anymore. It's very, very different from what everyday CrossFit is. There's a disconnect between the mindset and the people at the gym and the games now. There's a different, they're living in different sort of worlds because that connection isn't quite there anymore. So when local organizers like yourselves, I've had my eye on the Athens Throwdown for years, and a couple of the Lithuanian guys that I spoke to yesterday, one of them they've been to your event over the last few years. So we've got attendees there. But it's when it's regionalized and localized, there is that connection because you've got your volunteers, your staff, your helpers, the judges, the organizers. They're the people from the local box, but the people competing aren't. So what you're doing, you're putting on the show, you're creating the circus, but then you're inviting people to perform at the circus. So there is that love for the games and the sport, but it's not necessarily what we do anymore at the affiliates. So it's that there's that disconnect that we're all trying to navigate around at the moment, and I think that's where the open numbers being down a little bit and things like that have all sprung from. That's my opinion and my take based on what I've seen and what I've talked about. But talking of the open, did you have many signups this year? Did you run sessions for it?
No, we always organize the open here in every Friday night, but we have a very, 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 very few, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 participants in the open. Most people here in CrossFit Kallithea are not familiar with the competitive side of CrossFit. They do it just for fitness, and I believe that they don't care. Really don't care about the competitive side. Even for Athens Throwdown, there are people, members of ours, that some people that get involved as staff, and some people that do not know that in 2 weeks from now we have Athens Throwdown. They just don't know that. No. And it's because they go to work, they have their problems, come to work out in a nice place, very welcoming, nice community, Greek style, 100%. But at the end of the day, it's not about competition. And then we have the two opposites: the people that don't care and the people that believe that can be next Froning. I don't know. And I think this is the guys that Nicholas talked before about. And I try to explain then that every Wednesday we play football. Every Wednesday night. Can we play against Liverpool? No, of course. Okay, so you cannot see this level. You must match your level. Okay, but I don't know if they can understand that.
Well, and as a group of men, we can probably agree on this, and coaches and staff and gym owners. Men always overestimate what they are capable of doing. They think, oh, games. I can snatch 100 kilos. I can back squat 200 kilos. I can do this. I can do that. I can do Fran in under 2 minutes. Whereas the females, when they come in, generally speaking, tend to underestimate what they're capable of doing. They always overscale. They come in a little bit more wary of what they're capable of doing. And our jobs most of the time are bringing the men down a little bit and bringing the women up a little bit in terms of what they're capable of doing. But I think where we've all been there, I found CrossFit when I was 26. I'm 40 now. I was convinced I was going to go to regionals. I was booking my tickets. I was going to be there, and within a year, I slowly realised that I wasn't going to be an elite level CrossFitter. But a lot of men go through that initial phase and then go, oh, well, what's next? And then they move on. Whereas the women don't tend to have that initial, oh, I'm going to go to the games attitude, and they stick with it and they get all the benefits of it and they create the community and they're part of it. And then gradually we see the uptake. So it's a really interesting dynamic at the gyms, because the elite guys that you talk about, I'm assuming most of them are going to be young men between 25 and 30. Of those,
I can tell you some things for the competitions, because it's a really long discussion. This is why Hyrox have grown so much.
Yes.
Because their competitions are for everybody. And that's why, of course, we had the problems with the CrossFit Games last year, the death of Lazar Djukic and all the other things. That's why CrossFit is losing athletes from their open, because they only refer to elite athletes. That's the problem.
Yes.
And our affiliate boxes, they don't refer to elite athletes. They refer to the simple people. This is how we try to, let's say, this is the evolution of Athens Throwdown. And in the first years, we want only the elite to come. And we were say, oh, we want to become a CrossFit license event. Okay, we are a CrossFit license event. But the most important thing for us is to become a fitness festival for everybody. This is why Hyrox is growing up now. And CrossFit Games, not CrossFit, CrossFit Games has these years lost so much members, because they only refer to elite athletes.
Yes.
Because that's like you said, last years, in the first years of CrossFit, you were doing the open for fun.
Yep.
When the year passed, everybody thought that he will pass to CrossFit Games. You don't do the open because you are going to be in the finals of CrossFit Games. You cannot be in the finals of CrossFit Games. There are no even scale category. It's only elite there. So the CrossFit Games have lost their fun. And now Hyrox, this is what they found. They took the fun of CrossFit and they have built something that it's for fun. You go in a Hyrox competition for fun. We go there with our box to have fun, to see a new town. Okay, we go there to do a Hyrox competition for an hour to have fun there, and then it's a family trip. It's a family CrossFit box trip, a CrossFit Kallithea trip for us. This is what is happening this year, and this is what we try to show the people to our competition here in Athens, the Athens Throwdown. Athens Throwdown is a fitness festival. You come here to, first of all, to have fun, not to become the first. You're not, everybody, every year it's going to be, if you feel you're going to be first, every year you're going to have another athlete that has trained more than you and he will be better than you.
Absolutely.
You come in Athens Throwdown, first of all, to have fun. It's not football, it's not basketball, it's CrossFit. It's something, it's fitness. So for me, this is how I have it in my mind, and this is how we try to grow our box, to grow our competition. This is the evolution for me.
And there's so much to unpack of what you just said, and I've been nodding the whole time and trying my hardest not to say yes every 2 words you say. But the state of play across. I keep my eye on the European CrossFit scene in terms of the sport a lot more than I do around the globe. And a lot of them have become those fitness festivals. They offer a lot more than just the elite level CrossFit athletes as the show and display. Even Rogue come into Scotland. Even Rogue, they offer more than just CrossFit. You know, they've got the strongman and strong women events. Even they offer that. And they're at the Arnold. Think about the Arnold. It's a festival. It's everything. The bigger events are going to thrive here because they offer a lot more than the 1 heat or 2 heats of elite athletes. And that's evolution. It's change. People want more. And I'm so glad you said that, because as a big, I mean, if American viewers don't know, Athens Throwdown is huge. It's ginormous. It's one of the biggest in Europe. It's a massive event, and for the event organizers to be understanding that and organizing that and changing that should demonstrate the state of affairs that we have, and we're changing, which is so lovely to hear. And like you said about High Rocks, it's an event, not a methodology. We have a methodology, CrossFit. For me, that's what CrossFit is. We're training methodology and solution for health, longevity, community. We can train people how we do and then send them off to a weekend away in Rome or in Dublin or Oslo or even further afield. You can go to America and do one, Dubai. There's so many events. And the way that High Rocks have done it is genius. It's genius. They've offset all of the responsibility of training for an event. That's up to you. And then they just put on the show. And then you pay 120 euros for a ticket. In Glasgow a couple of weekends ago, they had nearly 20,000 people at the event on an average of 120 euro or pounds at the time to do it. They cleared over 2.5 million over a weekend for one event, like in terms of, and they're doing that every weekend, and they're not putting anything into the training. It's just the event. And as a gym owner, if we've taken away the CrossFit competitive track and everything like that, and we can train people for High Rocks without having to accommodate all the egos and the demands and everything like that from the elite athletes, why wouldn't we do that? Why? That's the reason. I guarantee most of the people initially anyway from your gym that do a High Rocks will do one more, they'll do another one. It's an addiction. Everyone that I speak to, a lot of the OG CrossFitters I've spoken to that are my age and just under, they're doing High Rocks now. It's a great event for CrossFitters to test their fitness, but it's not a CrossFit event. It's brilliant. It's lovely. But I could go on about that, but we're a CrossFit affiliate, aren't we? So yeah. So Athens Throwdown. Did you say it's in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, it's in 4th of April.
Oh, amazing! And how many people have you got signed up for that?
In the finals or in the qualifiers?
Well, both. How many did you have in the qualifiers?
Andreas, I think 2,000 people.
Yes,
wow.
Almost. Well, a bit more than 2,000 people. And in the live qualifiers, there will be 1,400.
Wow! So nearly 1,000.
We have the biggest arena in the world, Jake. It's a 32-lane arena, 55 meters long.
Wow!
I think it's the biggest rig in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
No, is there any pictures of that? I've got one from a couple of years ago, but it's probably not quite the right one.
If you visit our website, AthensThrowdown.com.
Okay, I'll do that now.
It's really huge. If you see it live, you should come this year. You will get impressed.
Oh my goodness me! Hang on. The reason that's a good segue there. Lito asks, is there a difference regarding interest in competition between males and females? I'll come on to your answer, which is obviously a lot more valid than mine. But as a small event organizer from 10 years ago, absolutely. The scaled and intermediate divisions and team events sold out almost instantly for the women. The elite and RX men's was boom, and there was no scaled men entering the competitions. It's just the way that. But yeah, sorry, from your guys' perspective, is that?
To be honest, in our case, it's a bit different. What I'm talking about is that maybe 75-80% of the participants are scaled athletes. And here comes what Nicholas was talking about before, the fun of the game. But regarding the question of Lito, yes, women are significantly less. They don't participate like men. We have less participants. Let's say we have a lot of scaled women, but we don't have enough elite and RX women. It's a bit rare. Yeah.
So I'm just looking at these pictures, and the rig comes around now and again. Hang on. See it. Is there a page where it's static.
Yes, you can also visit our Instagram page.
Oh yeah, of course. Why don't I do that?
Here you can see the arena.
All right. Athens Throwdown. There we go. There we go.
I can say from my experience all these years that the female athletes have become more and more every year. They are starting to increase. But of course, CrossFit is something that let's say attracts men. So the numbers of the men, for me, it's logical to have more men. But every year we can see it in our box. Lot of new women and female athletes are coming to see what is CrossFit, because there was a fear. There was a fear that a lot of women were saying, I don't want to become like this. And now they have tested CrossFit, and they see that they will not become like a professional athlete. Of course, it's just a train, like you do with the running. This is CrossFit. CrossFit is life. It's a lifestyle, and will make your life better. And CrossFit will help you to become better runner, to have a better life. This is CrossFit. That's why we love CrossFit. That's why I'm telling you, we love CrossFit.
Yeah. The beauty of you guys talking about this is the fact that you guys organize the biggest CrossFit event in Europe.
Yeah.
And you guys are saying this message. It's lovely to hear, because it's refreshing, because it's all well and good people that don't organize events, that aren't involved in the sport whatsoever, saying the sport isn't CrossFit. But when you guys are talking about it, you have some clout, you have some, people can believe what you're saying because you are involved with both, which is great. But yeah, so this is the arena that you've got, and these lanes, did you say these lanes are 55 meters long?
Yeah, it's 32 lanes, so it's 55 meters long.
Yeah. Wow.
It's really huge. The most important thing here is really the community. Just like we spoke before. Imagine how we have 250 people, staff members.
Wow. Yeah.
It's really huge, the numbers. And most of our guys, also there are new guys that are coming, new members in our box that they don't know Athens Throwdown, of course. But there are also members that we have 10 years now, and they love to come and get tired to Athens Throwdown, because let's say it's a family. It's a family for us. It's our family. CrossFit Kallithea, it's our family. Athens Throwdown, it's also our family. They come every year from our first year till now to help us, so this event so we can have this event. It's not only we have this event, it's for everybody. It's for athletes, it's for staff, it's for everybody. It's a festival. You come there to have fun first, to see your mother, your child, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You can see everybody.
And that is what CrossFit events historically were all about.
Correct.
And Greek culture is a lot about community and family. And I think that the fact that you guys are bringing your culture and retaining that original message of what the CrossFit sport and the fitness, the test of fitness used to be, is lovely to hear. And on that scale, if it was a local throwdown with, 30 people doing it with a barbecue going out the back, that's one thing. But then to be able to scale that up is completely different. So that's testament to your ability to keep your head on what is important with the events as it's grown, which is lovely. Lita's asked another question. Is it sometimes a programming issue, though? Scale competitions in Greece and Italy often have things like pull-ups or chest to bar, which you wouldn't see in the UK scale I can't really talk on the Greek and Italian side of things like that. The UK, I think with the UK, we do have a lot of competitions, like local, relatively big, but not huge competitions. Nothing on the scale. Well, Strength in Depth used to be. Nothing on the scale of Athens Throwdown or, you know, Berlin, the German Throwdown or French. But yeah, we do have a lot of scaled. We've got one event called the Battle for Middle Ground, which is done in the Midlands of England, and it was middle ground. It was because we had a lot of competitions that were elite and RX level, but nothing geared up all around that middle ground athlete that maybe could do pull-ups but wasn't at muscle ups, and could do a lot of the weights but not particularly top end. So they went in, and Hornsey, the guy that organized it, has done this event in the middle. It's been running for probably close to 10 years now. So he's done a good job there of isolating that. But yeah, I can't speak about Greek and Italian competition. Is that something that sounds familiar? Is that?
I can say from my point of view, this is also the new categories that all the competitions have added. It's the evolution of the competitions. When we started the Athens Throwdown, we had elite, scaled, and masters. Now we have elite, scaled, RX, adaptive. Next year we're going to put more categories. It's because the evolution of the sport. There are athletes that they want to stay in the scale category. There are athletes that they want to be intermediate. There are athletes that they want to be RX, and there are athletes that they want to be elite. So this is the evolution of the competition. You have every year that you have to put more things, if you can, of course. It's a discussion that we had with the other basic team of Athens Throwdown a lot of years to add new categories. This year we put a new category. We put an RX category.
Also pre-scale.
Of course. Also this year we put pre-scale category. I forgot it. So you must find, let's say, the things. Of course, if an organizer can add new things. So you can bring more kind of people that they don't want to become elite. They want to be for their life intermediate. They don't want to become better in some things because they're afraid, because they don't want. They don't have the time. You have to fix things even in our box. This is what happens also in our box. We have people that they don't want to become elite athletes. They want to make pull-ups with a band. They don't care. They don't want to push themselves more and more. We push them, but they don't want. So you have to find the balance. Of course, and you want to make the people to feel greater. Oh, look what I've done, but without causing them a fear. This is what we try to find. We try to find this balance in our CrossFit box, in our competition. There are people that they don't want to compete, but they love to come as a staff and to help us, the other athletes, and to see the other athletes. There are people that they want to be only spectators. They want to come for a walk and just to eat and see their friends. Their friends carrying the equipment for the athletes. Or competing, or their friends competing.
I think that what you said earlier about it being a festival is a big deal. And initially you think, okay, it's just a word, but it isn't. It means so much more. You think of music festivals, you're not getting one band. You're getting a whole host. You're getting different stages you can go to. You're getting a feel. You're getting hanging around with people. It adds so much more to the environment, and it's more appealing. If you think you're going to a festival or something, it sounds more grand, it sounds better, it sounds more kind of inclusive for the audience. It's something you want to go to. Yeah, no, I do like the idea of calling that a festival, which is lovely. And also the thing is, I'm totally with you here. I've changed my stance on the sport and what it means, and it continues to evolve. My mind changes every month to month. However, I think you'll agree here from what you've said. If someone put a gun to your head and said, choose between your gym and the throwdown, which one would you choose?
To die. I cannot choose. I cannot choose. I would tell him, shoot me.
Yeah.
I love them. I love them both, and I have to then to see, in my point of view, of course, to see which is the most, let's say, safe for me as a job. I love them both. I love to compete. I love to be an organizer. I love to own a box. So I really cannot decide. It depends on the year. If the year, let's say, I cannot decide. If the year is safer, and as a job, the CrossFit box is better to keep it, I would keep the box, of course. But if the box has had a problem, then I would keep the competition. So I could try to keep both of them and tell him, if I cannot keep both of them, okay, man, shoot me.
I think Vasili and Andreas might have a slightly different opinion, maybe. Yeah.
In my opinion, there are not competitions without the community and the boxes. Okay, so you cannot keep the competition without the gym. And now I talk in general. Okay, you can keep the competition if there are other boxes. Okay, of course, but if you not offer something to the community, I think this is the success. Maybe the small success of Athens Throwdown and CrossFit Kallithea is that we offer back every time. It is fitness, it is health, it is fun, it is community, it's family, it's whatever. Nicholas is right. Everything is 100% right about family thing. But I believe that through our box, we are the foundations of CrossFit or fitness in general. I really do believe that CrossFit is the foundation of fitness. Even if you do not do CrossFit, do something else, because we are always. If you want to compare somebody who is fit, you will compare to somebody who is doing CrossFit, not playing paddle or I don't know, football or any other sport. Oh, he's doing. I can do more CrossFit than Andreas, who is doing more pull-ups than Andreas, who is doing cross. So I am good. Okay, yeah. I think CrossFit is the boxes and the communities that are created through the boxes and the fitness and the health and all this stuff. Maybe I am a little bit more romantic. I don't know. It's the foundation of whatever comes next. Whatever it is, competitions. I don't know whatever it is next. So I would choose the box.
Yeah, I gathered. Yeah. The thing, I think what you're saying is, and I totally agree. I'm with you here, but I've never been that competitive in here. I've always sort of sat back and been okay with being mediocre. My passion is the gyms and the affiliates and the community, but I totally get where Nicholas is coming from. However, what I would say is the community would survive without the competition, but the competition wouldn't survive without the community. So it sprouts from it. The competition and the is the flower on the tree of the that the community brings, but you don't get the flower without it. But I totally get it. And when you're at the competition and you're feeling that buzz and it's electric and it's there's nothing quite like it. But you have to get there. You have to build it, and that's built on the community that we've built over 10 years at your gym, which is the whole point, I guess. So Sean's in here. Sean, bench press every day. Yep, I benched earlier this morning. Very true. As 40-year-old man, I think we're all in agreement. The bench press it should come up in the open one day. I want our own bench. Sean's open. Sean's asking. To leave my dad.
I hope not.
Yeah, very good.
We programmed the bench press in Athens Throwdown before 2 years, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. If only I was fit enough to qualify to then do bench press at the Athens Throwdown. That'd be great. My area of CrossFit that I'm best at is the power lifts. So the squat, bench, and deadlift. Everything else is all right. That's why Sean's talking about that. We've got a conversation about bench pressing and how important it is, and how people that don't do it are just rubbish. So I won't keep you too much. I know that you're busy today, and it's celebration time with you guys, so I won't keep you much longer. There was a couple of other things I just wanted to show your town as well. So for people that kind of want to to give people an idea about where you are and what your kind of town looks like. Where are we? This is just Google.
Well, it's pretty easy to type Acropolis and everything.
Exactly.
Famous landmarks.
Yeah. But we're talking about this kind of setting, and there's nowhere quite like Greece for me. Like Greece,
Jake.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting you. What I wanted to tell you before is that your island choices were really great, because you didn't choose a very, very popular islands. Besides maybe Corfu, you said, or Rhodes. I don't remember what you said, but all the other islands are usually frequented by locals, not tourists.
So my mum reads a lot of books. And she loved that. There's Captain Corelli's Mandolin is a book based, and that's set in Kefalonia. So every year they would book a holiday to somewhere that kind of she'd read a book about a Greek island or look into the history of it. My degree is in history, so that's what I did at university. So I've always had this passion for history, but I got that from my mum and her dad. They were always interested, and that's why we started going to the Greek islands, because my mum and dad. They don't like British tourists, so I'm assuming you don't either. So whenever we went on holiday, my mum and dad would they would go somewhere or actively try and find somewhere where there weren't going to be many British people. So that's why they kind of your Samos, Thassos, Skiathos. Have you been to Skiathos?
Yes. It's a popular island with locals.
The runway is like 10 meters long. Your competition has a longer bloody gym floor than the runway.
Imagine that it's an island with a big airport. There are significant smaller airports than the one of Skiathos. We took off and we had to go to Athens to refuel, because the weight of the plane, they had to have half a tank of fuel. They had to get back to Athens to then go, and then going back to London. Yes, of course. But it's beautiful.
My mum and dad have got. Sorry.
Sorry. For those who don't know the island, it's the island that the Mamma Mia, the movie, was filmed.
I didn't know that. Okay.
One of the islands, yes.
Okay. Yeah, Lito knows what's up. It's like normally on a runway, you get a little bit of time to build up speed, and then you just feel the wheels coming off, and you're away. With Skiathos, it's like boom, go, and then like 10 seconds later, they're trying to get up, and then you see, the point where the wheels come up. Just at that point, you see the ocean beneath you, and you're like, Jesus, let's go. But yeah, it's fun. But that's one of the main things I remember at Skiathos, and Kefalonia is just amazing. But I guess for you guys, if for holidays for you guys, would you keep within Greece most of the time, go to the islands? Is that what you guys would do?
Well, it depends. To be honest, personally speaking, I love to travel abroad. So in the last few years, I was traveling in the, let's say, the farthest possible. So I tried to visit a lot of countries far away from Greece. But almost every Greek has origins from another place, not from Athens. Athens is a city, let's say, most people who live in Athens are not from Athens. They are from other small villages. So, for example, my mother is from a small, okay, not that small, but from an island called Chios.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of my summers in Chios. But as a student, with Nicholas, for example, we were visiting, of course, Mykonos for a lot of years because we were students and we wanted to have all the fun, you know.
Yeah. Excellent.
But a lot of let's say, famous islands like Mykonos and Santorini are very, very expensive now for Greeks. You know, they have very high prices, especially in the summer. In the high season, like August and July, they can find tourists, especially the tourists from the US, who are more wealthy than Greeks. So they have higher prices, and it's really difficult for. Okay, just to give you an example, a souvlaki, it's something familiar for everyone. A souvlaki in Athens costs about €3.50. It's almost $3.50. It's the same, almost. And in Mykonos, you can find the same for €9-10. If you are a Greek, being said to pay a souvlaki for €10, it's crazy, you know. Also, to give you an example, the monthly membership in our gym is €60 for unlimited trainings.
Right.
So
okay.
yes, €10 is expensive.
Yeah. That is a big difference, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I guess when it's what we call cost of living. I don't know if that translates very well, but the cost of living in certain areas and Greece itself is a very, very unique landscape and country. You know, the various islands and the mainland and everything featured off it. So I guess there is going to be some difference between them. And Athens, I'd imagine, would have a higher cost of living than being this capital city in the centre. I'd imagine people have a little bit more wealth, perhaps, than you know in the rural areas. But even then, you know, the tourism and it's like London. I lived in Greater London for the best part of 37 years. I got used to something costing X amount and travel being this amount, and I've moved somewhere with my kids in the last couple of years, and it's so much cheaper to live here. But then you get paid less. The cost of living's less. So, but then when we go back to where we used to live, now 3 years later, I'm like, what? People pay that amount for this, and it's just because I don't live there anymore, which I'm quite glad. But no good. Lito's got one last thing. Speaking of expensive, affiliate fees the same in Greece as everywhere else. 4K in Greece is not the same as 4K in the UK, considering living wage.
No. The affiliate fees for the Eastern Europe is about 2.5K.
But that's recent. And this year. Until a year ago, we had to pay the same amount of money like everywhere else in the world. And the last CEO of CrossFit changed this. Well, it's not a huge difference, but it was a slight relief.
So, yeah, they increased they increased in I think in the US the affiliate fee, but in the Eastern Europe, and Greece is included in Eastern Europe, there was a small deduction, about 10%.
Right. Yes. Okay. That's good to know. That's not something that we're made aware of really in the media. I wouldn't have thought. I know that is there in the UK. It's £4,000, but then we pay VAT on top of that. So we pay the tax on top of that, which people don't seem to take into account really. It's closer to 4.5.
Okay. In Greece, it's not illegal to have prices without VAT included for commercial use, only for business to business. So we have only final prices.
Right. Okay. Included. Right. Is English the first language?
No, we speak Greek. We learn English. We learn English in school, and some other languages, French, German, depends on where you study. But we learn English from school and, of course, from movies and books.
Yeah,
it depends.
Well, a lot of American, I'd imagine.
British like Jake's.
I'd imagine the thing is that and a lot of people that I talk from around the world, especially the Far East, so people from like Thailand, Bangkok, that kind of neck of the woods, when they speak English, and India, they have an American twang, because a lot of the times they learn from American telly and films, and they adopt that Americanism. I know there's different accents and dialects, but yeah, no, Greek's a lovely language. I like the sound. What's it? Evcharisto. That's thank you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had my kids. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, no. I just want to say that in school we were taught British English, not US English.
Okay, cool. My kids. I'm really hot on manners with my kids. So whenever we go to countries, I always make them learn thank you. So they just nod and just say Evcharisto. To everyone. So they should know it by now. But no, guys, what was that? There was one other thing I was going to ask you about. So from my perspective, you're very unique in the sense that you've been open over a decade. So you've been open 11 years nearly. You run one of the biggest competitions in Europe, the Athens Throwdown. There's 3 of you, but you've got a thriving community. You've evolved, but you also hold the community dear to yourself. You offer high rocks at the gym, which is part of your repertoire, and you work so well, and you're constantly trying to change. You're very unique in your setting as well in Greece. It's lovely to see, and the running through the streets and the cobbled stones, and it's just a beautiful gym. Is there anything that you guys understand is unique to you? Obviously your community is clearly unique, but is there anything that you feel that you offer that other people don't?
From my perspective, at the end of the day, it's the community. It's very common to say, but it's really the issue. It's what Nicholas called family. Yeah. If you come in our box, okay, you will see that most people train. Okay, like Vasili said, 95% of our gym members, I'm sure that they don't know who, let's say, Froning is. If you tell them Froning, they'll tell you, what is this new shoe? Okay.
Probably is, actually.
Yes, exactly. But you will see that most of them come earlier and stay late. They drink coffee and they like to hang out and discuss. And it's like a place where you come to find friends. And it's not something I don't say it just to say it. It's the reality. If you promise that you will visit us, you will see on your own.
Yes. Yeah. I've made a promise to my daughter, so I've got to keep that.
Even the guys from abroad, that we have a lot of drop-ins that they come and train in our box. Imagine that we lock them in our box when we leave.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
There was a guy that was that he came in our box for training. He was training in the rooftop, and Vasilis. Because at 12 o'clock we close the box and then we open again at 4 o'clock. And Vasilis left, he locked the box, and the guy called me and told me, hello, I'm the guy that came for drop-in. I'm on the rooftop and somebody let me in.
The reality...
Sorry, Vasilis, and imagine that how family he felt with us, that the next day he called me and he told us, hello guys, I'm the one who locked inside the box yesterday. I want to come again for training.
In reality, he came in the early morning class, and then I think he was British. And then he went for sunbathing in the rooftop. At the rooftop.
Oh wow!
He slept, and we forgot him. Sorry about that.
But he came again. This is the fact that Andreas told you. It's really, when you come to our box, you feel like you are a family to us. So we lock the family inside.
I think one of the big advantages we have is that we pay attention. When a member talks to us for anything, we pay attention, and everybody is important. Even a 1 week member or a 10-year member, it's important for us. His or her opinion, we pay attention, and I think this is the key for every job. Just pay attention. At the end, at the end of the day, they pay the bills. So even if you see like that or see it like a community, you have to pay attention. This is most people, I think, especially in CrossFit, fail to communicate, because if you are very, I don't know, elite athlete, you think that the sun is around you. No, the sun is around the community and your members.
Yeah.
This, I think, is.
Yeah, the communication is key with anything, with a healthy marriage, with people at work, with your clients and customers. The minute you stop communicating effectively, it starts to turn to shit. So the fact that you keep that central to everything that you're doing is just perfect, because you're only going to succeed if you do that, which is lovely. Guys, I've really appreciated your time today. I won't keep you any longer, but thank you so much. It's been lovely to meet you. And also, I will hold me to this. I will come over and I will come to your gym, especially with my daughter, because my daughter's 7, but she absolutely is obsessed with CrossFit. So she does CrossFit classes 3 times a week. So she'll come with me if you'll have her. And also, if you're offering sunbathing on the terrace, I might take you up.
And locking.
Don't lock me in. Yeah, lovely. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Hang on for 2 seconds. I'm just going to say bye to the guys, and then we'll have a chat quickly after. So, thank you everyone for joining in. I know there's a lot of Americans in the house today, so thank you for joining me very early. I'm back on Thursday with Magnus from CrossFit Uver in Tromsø, which is the most northerly affiliate on planet Earth. So we'll be chatting to him about not windsurfing or going out for runs in the winter. But yeah, nice one, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on